we're just largely repeating the same processes. Okay, a couple little extra bits. These are just tend to be a little bit longer. Again, please don't cancel these out. Okay, they don't cancel out like that. So we end up with 3x over x minus 5, x plus 2, minus x plus 2, x plus 8. Here we have to factor, we have to factor our greatest common factor out first before we can factor this part. Okay, so we still have this left to factor. Then we can state our restrictions. I'm going to start getting a common denominator over here. I can save some steps by doing that. So x plus 8, x plus 8. Here I need to multiply by x minus 5, x minus 5. So 3x squared plus 24x. Be careful with that negative. Okay, because we have to subtract everything over here. So we end up with minus bracket x minus 5. That's going to end up being a plus 5. X plus 2, x minus 5, x plus 8 represent our factors. Okay, I'm probably going to have to try to factor this numerator if I can. I have a factor of 2. This is going to factor to plus 8 minus 5. Okay, so I have the whole denominator factored, so I'm going to state my restriction. X is not equal to negative 2, positive 5, negative 8, and negative 3. Okay, so those are my domain restrictions here. I can see that I have an x plus 8 that cancel, x minus 5s that cancel. Okay, so since the denominator is entirely factored, and the numerator here is factored, I can start canceling out to save some steps. I still need to combine like terms in the numerator over here, so 3x squared plus 23x plus 5. Okay, so this is not factorable. Okay, there are no numbers that multiply to 15 and add to 23. So I'm going to have to keep that as a factor. Okay, that's all now one piece. Okay, so I have a times 2, and in the bottom I have x plus 2, x plus 3. So there's lots of factors involved. I just got to keep track of this. When I combine the like terms here, since it's not factorable, I have to keep this all together as one factor. The only factor left is 2, so I need to make sure I have my times 2, collect my denominator factors. There they are. Okay, so this one here, same thing, except now we're going to do the multiplication first, and then we'll do the addition. But as all these include, they've all involved factoring. So multiplying to 14, add to negative 5 is going to be negative 7 and 2. There's not much choice for 14. The denominator here looks like there's a greatest common factor of x. Okay, so really this is, again, just one big fraction. We can just write this all as one big fraction since it's times. We just know that everything on top is times and everything on bottom is divide. Okay, here we're going to factor out the 2. And we end up with x squared plus 3x plus 4. Okay, so I still have to, those are quadratic factors, so I still need to factor those pieces. And here the greatest common factor is 2x. So we end up with 2x times x plus 1. Okay, so we're going to factor the top here, or sorry, the bottom, and see what we can cancel out. So this ends up being x plus 1 times x plus 1, or x plus 1 squared. Here we end up with x plus 4. So that's going to be two numbers that multiply to 4. Oh, this is going to be 2. I made a mistake here. So that would not have been factorable as is, but I made a mistake with my factoring here. So it's 2x plus 6x plus 4 becomes 2 times x squared plus 3x plus 2. So that becomes x plus 1, x plus 2. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about this plus yet until I've finished simplifying the fraction over here. So there's lots of factors here, but there's things that are going to cancel out. Okay, I better state my restrictions before I cancel. So my restrictions are x is not equal to 0, negative 1, we have 3 negative 1s, negative 2, and 0. So these are just repetitions. We only actually have 3 restrictions here. Once I've got my restrictions, I'm going to cancel out some factors, x plus 1s, x plus 2s, and it looks like that's all that's going to cancel over there. So I don't do anything over here because, again, this is separated by plus, so I can't do any factor canceling when I have pluses and minuses. Okay, so I'm going to end up with x minus 7, x plus 4, and this is 2x times x plus 1, x plus 1. Now I can think about adding these together. Okay, so BEDMAS says I have to finish all the multiplication division first. Now I can do the addition subtraction. So here, the denominator, common denominator, if I take a look at those denominators, this has all the factors this one has, except this one's just missing an extra x plus 1. Okay, so now I have a common denominator. I can add these together. So to combine like terms, I'm going to have to expand this out again and then combine it with the like terms over here. So I end up with x squared minus 3x minus 28 plus 3x plus 3. Okay, my common denominator, I'm just going to write this as x plus 1 squared, and then combine like terms. So I end up with x squared, 3x's cancel out, minus 25 over 2x, x plus 1 squared. Now, although this does factor, it does not generate any common factors with the denominator, so I'm just going to leave my answer like that.